everybody. This is Sandra Foley from Twilight Passages, and we are in Freehold, New Jersey at the Freehold Elks on 73 Main Street. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're back in action again. We've been on a little bit of hiatus, kind of moving around with the magazine, but now I'm back to what we love, is ghost investigating. But today we are with, I guess, what would your titles be? Secretary and...
He's a lodge trustee. I'm the lodge secretary.
Okay, so tell us your names and tell us about a little bit about the place.
Okay, I'm Patricia Hamilton. I'm the lodge secretary. This is my husband, Rich.
Hi, Rich.
He's been everything in this lodge and in the district. He's been exalted ruler 3 times here.
Oh, wow.
He's a lodge. Currently, he's a lodge trustee, but he's past vice president of the district, past district deputy of the district.
Okay.
So that's part of the Grand Lodge.
You're like the Grand Poobah.
He was it for a time.
Yeah. But, all right, so tell us in your words, well, first let's start about the history of the Elks, like what year it became, and you know what a lot of people don't know about the Elks that I just found out, that they originated as out-of-work actors.
Yes. Exactly.
A lot of people don't know that, so tell us about that first before we get into the hauntings.
How the Elks came. They were Shakespearean actors.
Wow,
and,
that's so cool.
They started in New York, and from there they got together and they formed the Elks, the BPOE.
And what does that mean?
Benevolent Protective Order of Elks.
Okay.
And it's just unbelievable. They're Shakespearean actors
That's
getting together and,
yeah.
you know, I mean, you know,
having a couple drinks.
Having a couple of drinks and enjoying themselves. And then they wanted to do something for their community, and that's where it all started. It all started from that. And
they were originally called the Jolly Corks, and then they decided that they needed a mascot of sorts, and I guess that was typical of the time. We're celebrating 150 years of the Grand Lodge of Elks. This started 150 years ago. We are going to be celebrating our 100th anniversary in 2022. This building was purchased by the original lodge members in 1922, and this room that we're sitting in and the upstairs room in this part of the basement were all added on to the original 19th century building in 1922.
So how old is the original building in the front?
The late 1840s to 1850s.
Okay. So either or, it's
exactly
over 100 years. Yeah.
It's been around.
it's been around.
So let's start with a couple of examples of the kind of hauntings or experience you have and who you think is here.
Well, my personal experience has been going downstairs and having the hair stand up.
It's
on
always
the back
downstairs.
Of my neck. Yes, it's downstairs.
It's never upstairs.
And sometimes I will walk through this room, and that is a clock, and it chimes if somebody sets it off. I'll be the only one in this building, and the clock will chime, and the door of the clock will open.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and I don't know why it does that.
Oh wow. But
there's nobody there to turn the switch. The switch is in the other room, and there is nobody here. But that has happened a number of times. And but that's my personal experience. But I've been told by numerous people of various experiences that they have had.
Okay.
One of them is a very dear friend of mine who we usually have these tables here for serving, or we'll pull them out to the wall and get behind them. She was standing there serving one evening, and she felt the floor go down behind her.
Wow.
She felt herself going down with the floor.
Oh wow.
Not all the way down, but down
That
enough
feeling
to feel it.
Yeah.
And it really wigged her out. which it would do me, but.
Yeah. It's like when you're sleeping and you feel like you're falling out of bed.
Exactly.
And how about yourself? Have you heard, or, well, I know a lot of people have different, you've heard a lot of things.
When I first joined the Elks, this lodge, and I walked in the door, I heard all the stories and, about the hauntings and this and that, And I said, yeah, okay, But yeah, I would come in when I was exalted ruler quite a few times. The clock would go off. But the one thing I do remember, and it's so vivid, and actually made me a believer when I turned around and I was downstairs. We had a full house downstairs, and we used to be down there for quite a few hours in the night. And we're looking over at the front, where the phone and the receiver went flying off the phone, totally.
Oh, wow.
Flying right the heck off the phone. And we're all looking, and we're saying, hey,
This is the old kind phone you're talking about.
Well, it's the receiver, yeah.
The
old phone, no, it was on the wall.
Oh, it was on the wall.
And the receiver went just flaming.
Oh my God.
Like somebody just threw the doggone thing over, and I couldn't believe it. I'm looking over and I'm saying, okay, fine. Yeah,
oh, wow.
we do have something going on here.
Do you think it's like, who do you think it is? Because I hear people tell me you think it might be this person or maybe this person. Did anyone actually pass away in the building, or you feel it's somebody that is attached to the building or to the happy times that were here?
We feel definitely that it's people that were very, very, that this place was very, very important in their lives.
Yeah.
That they didn't really, either their families had grown and moved away, and they were by themselves and spent a lot of time here.
Yeah.
People that volunteered a lot of time for various things. One of them, the name that we hear all the time when we first joined, is Henny Barkalow. And I tried to get a little more information on him. He lived just down the street, so he could walk over, didn't have to drive here. He was involved with a lot of the things with the kids and stuff. And
I think he was a bartender too downstairs.
And he was a bartender downstairs.
Downstairs.
Well. Yes.
So we'll definitely be downstairs.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
And now, what about the instance about a little child talking to someone downstairs?
Yes. One of our members, little girl, we had a St. Patrick's Day thing here, and everything was full up here, and downstairs was full. And she was downstairs, and she was sitting drawing, and then she started having a conversation. Her mother said, yes. Her mother said, who are you talking to? And she said, that little boy, don't you see him?
Oh, it's a little boy.
Yeah.
Now the red room is where the tunnel is. The tunnel is in that room.
Yes,
and
was.
Did you take me to the red room?
Yes.
Did I see the red room?
Yes.
Okay.
I think you did.
Is that the big room upstairs?
No, downstairs.
No, downstairs.
Okay.
It's the room that's adjacent to the bar. It's a second dining room. It was actually at one point everything was the carpet was red. It was a Chinese restaurant, so naturally red is was their color.
This building is
it's got a lot of history. Yeah.
We used to have a bowling alley downstairs, believe it or not.
A couple of lanes.
It's just unbelievable. A couple of lanes and.
A lot of different things.
So and then so we're working with possibly a Henny. So
Henny Barkalow,
Henny Barkalow. A little girl, you said?
A little girl named Victoria saw a little boy. She didn't name him.
Okay.
She didn't name him. Jay Dunn, who has also been seen twice by one of our members in the shuffleboard room, because Jay Dunn would come here every day and play shuffleboard.
This is our, I guess we could say, buddies. This is the second time we're doing this. I don't know, how did we meet? This is Anthony, and this is the
East Coast Paracon.
East Coast Paracon, yes. Seekers Club of the Paranormal. So just, we hadn't met at the Paracon.
The Paracon.
And we just clicked, everybody just clicked. These guys are really good, they're very high tech, because we're not. This is Barbara, she's been with Twilight Passages for years. She's second in command. And this is our newbie, Sabrina Olivia. We're gonna be teaching her how to use the tools, see if she has a little bit of a psychic ability. We're finding this out now, so hopefully tonight, you'll see something. But right now, tell us about your group real quick, introduce us to everybody, and then we can start.
Okay. Jesse, Gerard, Dylan, Joe, and
Ahmed.
Ahmed. I always say
Ahmed. I always say Ahmad.
Yeah, I call him Ahmed too, or Ahmed, or Ahmad.
Ahmed Joy.
Okay. And
Who said Ahmed?
I'm Anthony, and I've been doing this for quite a few years. Since the early to mid-90s, I've been investigating different locations. We got into the team. My brother joined along, my son, and then we brought other people on, and we've been around since '96. So we've been investigating a lot of locations.
Yes.
And we just did one in New Jersey, Kingsland.
Yes. Yeah, we have to get the results for that. Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to meet somehow and get the results
You
for that.
missed the last part of that.
I
That's
know.
what we're
My
going to be doing
girlfriend
today.
My girlfriend had, I felt so bad. She had like a 2-hour drive home. But you also have 2 other people coming later on.
Yeah, we have Lourdes and Ron.
Yes, so
They're
they'll be joining us too.
New people that I've been working with also, and they have some good equipment. They're coming from another investigation from Hinsdale, New York.
Oh yeah, we have to get.
They're driving 7 hours back just to be here.
Very good.
So we're looking forward to see them here too.
Okay.
The first thing we've done was Burlington Prison.
Oh yes, the Burlington Prison. Yes.
Yeah, that's the first thing we've done together.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was good. We had a
enjoyable.
lot of information. Hopefully we get something here tonight too.
Okay.
We're going to try a couple of new things with the cameras and with
Yeah,
the,
they have all the high-tech stuff. I basically do the low-tech stuff because Twilight Passages affiliation with Fashion Haunts magazine, so I kind of run the magazine a lot, but when we are on hiatus, we do most of our ghost hunting. But we do the basic stuff, but we always like to bring you along because you introduce us to the new stuff, and we learn, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
So let's get this party started.
Yeah.
In the shuffleboard room. This is where worker Jay Dunn, he used to spend every day here when he no longer worked in the bar. So we're using the dowsing rods. They detect energy fields. If he's here, Jay, if you're here with us, they will cross. These rods will cross. So we'll walk and see if Jay is crossing right here. So it's picking up something now. I'm not moving them. They're moving by themselves. So just still crossing. So there's something. Right here.
So when the rods cross, it means that this is it the magnetic field?
Yes, it's picking up energy.
Okay.
Note there's music playing in the background too.
It's Sabrina.
So Sabrina's fairly new at this. She's like a newbie to the team. So we're kind of teaching Sabrina about, oh wow, see that? You guys viewing this can't see it, but the dowsing rods are really like, there. And this, where Sabrina is standing, is where Jay seen the vision. Well, no, Rob's seen the vision, and the guy is Jay Dunn.
Yes.
Oh yeah, look at it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
more.
right there. Go over here.
Did he sit in this chair?
He probably did.
Yeah.
From time to time. I wonder if Phil Patterson is here as well.
So tell us about Phil.
Phil played shuffleboard here with Jay very often. Phil Patterson passed away before Jay did, maybe about a year before Jay. So, Phil was another person that spent an awful lot of time here. He also bartended, but even after he stopped bartending, so we came here virtually every day.
Another past soul.
This is where he played shuffle. In shuffleboard, you start at one end, and then after the game, you would play the next game from the other end. So
Chess weekend.
they might have. They should be on both sides.
Okay, so we'll see if you come back, see what happens.
So let Barbara try it again and see if we get.
Do the dowsing rods have, like, does it depend on the person too? Like, you know,
Sometimes a person has
Yeah.
more energy. Okay. Be here.
Am I in the way?
Doesn't want me. Okay.
oh God, look at it, it's
If there's
going
something
nuts.
cross,
He's like, give me back to the
is
girls.
there somebody here? I'm gonna do this again. Somebody here crossed. Somebody not here.
See, now it's doing something totally different with you.
Right? Now. Here's Jay. Jay, you wanna play some shuffleboard with me? I haven't played in a while. You do anything? No?
Yeah.
It's not with me. Might be because of the.
Maybe you have to be over here.
back over
Maybe
here.
something happened.
No.
You fell?
He keeled over. He had to get a mini
Look,
stroke.
look, look.
They took him to the hospital. He didn't even
Wait a minute. He's pointing that way. Where did he go down?
Then he took it at least twice, and it was over there.
Right.
Yes. They took him
Because
to the
these things are
hospital.
pointing. See how they are on me? They're pointing to something. Yeah, I just keep on saying.
What are you pointing to? What are you pointing to?
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
That was his favorite thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, ask him to
Can I
move them.
play? Shoot a couple of them down, or is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got run on. Yeah. Oh, we move. Okay. Want to try? I'm gonna go shoot some of those things down and see what happens.
Wait,
You trigger on this. Stop.
But usually the place they stay is the attic or the basement. So
Stay
that's
away.
sort of,
what the
yeah. So that's sort of,
Anthony, I think you were just calling.
Did you get, was it an incoming call?
From Anthony. It was an incoming call.
My phone was on my side all the time.
That was you just calling me.
Do you have it?
My hand was ringing. I sure did.
Oh my
I talked to my hand.
And you were just calling me. I'm like,
Yeah, it shows on my thing too.
oh my God. Are we filming this? Oh God.
Is that being filmed? Are the cameras
Is
still
that
on?
camera still on?
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome!
You guys see me with my hands here?
You know what? I bet the camera picked it up because it just started ringing, and I'm like, Anthony, why are you calling me?
When you said Anthony, he went,
I'm like, who's Anthony? I'm like, wait a minute.
And that was the inside contact?
It was yeah.
Just for food signals here.
Oh,
If
wow.
there was any spirit in this room who just facilitated that phone call, there's 2 green lights behind us. Approach those green lights and make those things light up if you can do it. If you just made that phone ring, you can certainly go near the green lights. Could you do that for us? There's 2 green dots by the window. Go near those, please, to confirm
Wait, let me see if I can.
you just made that phone call.
Yeah, my phone just.
You know something? I was just talking about the attic and the basement.
See it?
I'm telling you guys
Yeah, I
about
just felt them.
That one just lit up.
She just felt them.
Could you go near it again? Go near
behind
it.
me?
There's 2 of them behind it. Go near either one of those green dots. They will.
Why did you say axolotl numbers? What's the 6 numbers coming out? Not getting much.
First of all, which spirit is in charge here? Who talks the most? Who do we speak to?
Did you see that? I took a picture and it froze and returned off. Did you see that?
I've seen it myself now.
I went like this to take a picture and then it turned into a pixel and it just turned off.
All right, camera. I have a couple questions for you. Who turned off the camera? Who turned off that camera? All of you.
It didn't discharge? Oh my God. Did you see what just happened? I went like this. This is the picture I was taking. I clicked it. It turned into pixels and turned off.
Who dialed Anthony's phone to call Sandy downstairs? Who did that?
What is that white thing? What the hell was that?
Oh my God. What is that? Anthony, what is that?
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh, yeah.
Watch it. I'm getting it on my camera too.
Is that the camera?
I just got it on mine too.
It's gone.
You can't react like that. You scare it.
Blew up and then went away.
I got it on that and on this.
That was what? Oh my God!
Again.
It went around. Did you see it? It was completely round.
Because of me?
It was more than round.
Oh my God.
Did you not see it?
Did you see that?
That was awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. Did you,
Yeah,
see
show my
it?
camera.
Thank you for being with us tonight.
I might have
Did
got
you
on this
see
camera
it?
too.
I saw it in split
It was.
second.
I went like this to take another picture, and it was completely round.
Okay.
I caught it in here for a split
Yeah.
second.
I caught it coming from there, and then
And that was
then it went
recording,
off.
right?
I was recording.
Who
Hold on, let
did
me
we
get back to
see
the camera.
standing behind Angela here? Who did we see?
Okay. Teresa.
Who is Teresa?
And it's weird now because I couldn't take the picture when I was there.
This is great.
We're gonna bring you guys more often. I'll bring you all the time.
Now the camera won't turn on.
Go home. Who made the phone call with Anthony's phone downstairs?
Did you just hear it say go?
Hey everybody, it's Sandra Foley with Twilight Passages. excuse me, and of course we have our investigator Barbara Lynch here, and Anthony Simonelli of Seekers Club of the Paranormal. Right now, Anthony, we're going to go over what you got, and we'll talk a little bit about the shuffleboard room, the group tour that we did downstairs together, EVPs, and the infamous attic. So, Anthony, tell us a little bit about what you have, what you found.
Okay. Well, I'm going to start with the shuffleboard. There's a room with a huge shuffleboard table on it, and there's a board table in there where people just sit down and I guess they have meetings at. And we were in there and we had a psychic there.
Yes, we had psychic Angela White and her sister Chinzia Moran, and she came in for the shuffleboard, I guess it was a medium. We had a seance. It was amazing.
It was something because we've been here before. And we got some stuff, but it was nothing that I could really feasible that I could say that was anything paranormal or anything. You know, and I wasn't about to put that out there. But I guess with Angela being here, it opened up channels, whatever. And
Angela just has that aura about her. Yes.
We have, I'm going to play this here, but what we did have is a lot of group everybody in the group experienced as one.
Yes.
And the whole group experienced, not just one person.
And that's what's so great about doing this.
We might not get it on film, but we got reactions on film and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty good that we got it as a group and not one person say, you know, no. You know. So this is, we're at the board table, and Angela was doing a little bit of a seance, and we're talking, and this is like right after the seance and everything, and we're sitting at the table, we're just discussing things about where the next location we're going to go.
Yes.
So some people want to go to the basement, some people go to the attic, so I started explaining why the attic and everything else. And I'm going to just play this and see. Hear the phone?
Yes.
Anthony, I think you were just calling. Was it an incoming call? From Anthony. It was an incoming call.
That was the amazing part about it.
I know. I was
My
sitting
phone
there.
called Sandy right across the table. My hands were nowhere near him.
No.
I sure did.
Oh, and this is after we finished the seance.
This is afterwards.
I was sitting here, Ron was here, and you were across the table talking, and I had my phone in my hand, and it starts ringing, and I thought it was my husband, Anthony, and I'm looking down, it says, Anthony Simonelli. I'm like, Anthony, why are you calling me? But he had his phone not even near him. I should have picked it up, but at the time...
Well, it happened so fast.
It was just weird.
It was like, how that happened. The attic was interesting because when you first got up there, you could feel like a little charge in the air. And you knew something was going to happen.
A bunch of creepy stuff up there, too.
Yeah. And there's people that won't go up there, that work here, that are afraid to go in the attic. And when we were up there, we heard banging. I mean, as soon as you walk in, it wasn't a windy night, and that's the first thing I checked. The banging was coming from the floor below us. And everybody was standing still. Because I know that if the floor is old and you're walking over there, over here, you're going to hear a creak.
Yeah.
I know all that. I debunk all that stuff all the time. But everybody was standing still. And you hear...
Yes.
You heard banging.
Yes.
So that was kind of interesting that, you know...
Yeah, I remember hearing that, yeah.
And
Barbara wasn't there, but...
When we got there, we walked around and everything, and we set up our equipment. I had 2 handheld cameras circulating. It was me and Lourdes.
Yes.
Walking around with cameras.
Yeah, the attic, oh my God.
The night vision cam. Then I set up 1 camera on the ladder in front of Ron. And I turned the LED screen towards Ron so he could see what's going on there.
Yes.
And Ron was setting up his spirit box. He was setting up a recorder, which he got it on. He got his recorder. And he was setting up a recorder, a spirit box, and a couple of EMF and stuff like that.
Yes.
So he had everything all set up in front of him. and he started asking questions. Okay, and let me see.
This was before the incident, right?
No, this is before the incident. Yes.
Before there was another incident.
With a group incident.
Yes.
Okay, and it was. This thing's not letting me work here today.
What's it saying?
Driver network connected.
Make sure that the disc is properly inserted.
There's no disc.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Okay, I have backup.
Okay. It's always like that. You know what I mean? When you want to find things and it doesn't want us here.
Yeah, I got backup just in case. See if this works now.
Yeah.
Because this place really has a problem with electronics. Let's see if this. It starts circling.
I think you might, yeah. Oh, you have it on the thumb drive?
Yeah, I put it on as a backup.
All right, so there's the camera, Barbara, and
There's
then
the
we're
camera.
standing across from
And this
it.
is,
That's not us. We're over here.
that's Ron there. The camera you can see is on that ladder.
Yes.
And it's facing Ron and the group.
Yeah, so it's Ron, these two nice women, Ron, and then Chinzia, and then Ange, and then me. Lourdes was next to me, like walking around, and you were like by Lourdes, right?
Yeah. Matter of fact, the
Like a
camera right
circle.
now is Lourdes's
Oh, this
view.
is Lourdes, okay.
Okay, this is Lourdes's camera, and we got a couple of things I wanted to point out on this one.
And the screen was turned towards us, like our screen is turned now.
Right.
Okay, this is where Lourdes is there, and here we go.
Okay, who's in charge? Personnel. Which chair is in charge here?
This is you taking a picture.
That's you taking a picture of the screen.
Did you see that?
That's when I saw
That's the first time.
And it,
What happened there was, to explain it, that you went to take a picture of the LED screen.
Yes.
To show the people that are standing in front of it,
Yeah.
you know, the camera. And as you took the picture, like you said, it started pixelating and shut off.
Yes.
Okay.
And I didn't get a picture. Otherwise,
And you
I
didn't
would
get a
have.
picture.
Yeah.
So right away I thought, batteries.
Yeah, you're like, you turn off. I think.
You turned off my camera, you broke my
Yeah,
camera.
yeah. I thought
Okay.
it did.
froze and was turned off. Did you just see what happened?
I see that it's off now.
I went like this to take a picture, and then it turned into pixel, and then it turned off.
See me going over,
So it was
Turn it
prepping
back on.
us. Yeah.
and turn right back on.
Who turned off the camera?
Okay, I just want to show you something. This is kind of, I'm not really much with orbs, but what happened next is kind of interesting. Look up here.
I see. Yeah, I see
Shoot-
that, but that's
shoot
what
up.
I
Who
see.
turned off that camera?
Okay? It shot up, and what happens next is what makes me,
It didn't lose a charge?
you know,
Oh my god. Did you see what just happened? I went like this. This is the picture I was taking. I clicked it. It turned
Okay.
into pixel and turned off.
and then it shut off.
Then it shut off. Oh, this is
Okay.
the good part.
Who dialed Anthony's phone to call Sandy downstairs? Who did that?
It's the same person.
Okay? The spirit box is trying to answer something.
The camera's back on. See?
There's something behind us! There's something behind us!
What is that? Anthony, what is that?
That's when the orb was behind her. It was huge.
Oh, yeah.
Watch
And
it.
it shot.
Is that the camera? I just got it on mine too.
It's gone.
And I kept on saying I got it on mine. I think I did, but it was cross. There was a flare from I got a flare from Lourdes' camera because we crossed. After it happened, everybody, they all got
Yeah, we all went
excited.
crazy and
Everybody,
we like,
I was like,
the Ghostbusters when they
you hear me
crossed the
saying,
beams.
you hear me saying, okay, calm down, you're
It
scaring
was
the ghost
huge.
away.
It wasn't just this little orb. The thing like surrounded her like this.
Wow.
Like this big.
Wow.
Only around Angela.
All right, so here I'm gonna play this
And
here.
then it like disappeared.
Blew up. And then went away. I got it on that
Holy shit.
handle on this. That's the camera went off again. What happened?
It went off.
It was a group thing.
And then it went off. Yeah.
Was it me?
It was more than well. First of all,
It was so creepy. I'm getting the chills now. I mean, I haven't seen something like that in
I never.
8 years.
What happens after this? What happens after this is the most interesting part. The camera would not turn back on.
It turned back on. It
No,
disappeared.
no, this one did not.
It
The
did
first
not.
time it turned back on.
Yeah.
The second time, it killed the battery totally.
Drained it.
The battery was dead. So now I'm thinking
Wow.
it's a dead battery. Now I take the camera home and I'm looking to find that thing on the SD card.
Remember, I texted you. I'm like, send me that orb.
And that portion of the attic was erased. It says no errors, and I can't put it. It was not coming up on anything.
It was erased. It was
night,
erased.
Everything I filmed that night
Oh my God.
came out on that thing perfect.
I hope you're watching, Angela.
Okay,
She's gonna be like, oh
But-
my God.
but that didn't, for whatever reason. That little piece.
So
did
no,
not
we
come
can't even
out.
show anybody. It was like something that you don't see. It's horrible because it was filming. It was there. I looked at it. It was filming, and then I turned around to look at it myself. Then I turned back. It just disintegrated.
Okay.
That's
It totally erased everything. What happened is, what makes it that interesting
Yeah.
on the camera, erasing something, is that we got earlier, on the spirit box, it says record. And then I say, like a wise guy, yes, we're recording.
Yeah.
And then it says, we'll erase.
Ah.
Okay?
Was this after
So
the orb?
this is all before.
All before. Oh, so
all
it's telling
before.
us.
Now this happened before all that. This is on my camera. Okay? You're going to hear it.
Can you give us your initials?
I'll record. Record.
We're recording this.
We'll erase.
I heard that.
We'll erase.
Yeah.
So,
now
whatever is shot into my thing, and
Oh, it's telling us everything.
it's telling us it's going to erase something.
Yeah.
And then we got that. So that was pretty cool.
It's funny
On
because
that-
you don't. At the time when you're there, you don't put the pieces together until the review. And
Yeah.
now you're like, it was telling us it was going to erase
There
it.
was a lot to review here because I do the pictures.
Yes.
Then I go
thank
back
you.
and do the audio.
Yeah, I know you do.
And then
so many
then you have
hours.
to try to get the audio and the picture together.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's very tedious. Okay? Now on here, I'm going to say, I asked the spirit to bang. And you hear a bang.
I hear you banging. Can you bang again on the ceiling?
You hear that?
Yeah.
On response.
But we didn't hear it at the time, right?
Well, there's so much banging, you might not have. Besides, I'm in a different angle of the place.
Yeah.
You know?
And
I
this
also
might
had
have
to-
picked it up, you know.
I might not have heard it. We might have heard the bang
Yeah.
on it, the spike. I mean,
This picks up more of the, what is it, the HZs or whatever.
yeah. Well, the microphones on the cameras are much better than
Yeah.
what we have for years.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Megahertz or whatever it's called.
And then Ron asked a question. It says, you spend a lot of time here, or a little time? And we got a response from that too.
Did you spend a lot of time or a little time here?
Little time.
Yeah.
Little
yeah.
time.
Little time. Yeah.
And it sounds like a woman with some kind of broke.
Yeah.
You know? Then you ask a question.
Do you want us to leave?
Bye.
What did he say?
Bye.
Yeah.
The way he said it.
Yeah. Bye.
You know? Bye. Okay, yeah. I
Yeah,
want you
yeah.
to leave. Bye. You finally got it.
So they were bored with us. They ran upstairs, and then they were erasing all our stuff. Then they're finished with us.
They didn't want
They
us
didn't
around.
want us around.
To me, I think there is activity here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
I feel there is, because Andrew kept on saying there's a man that's a strong being that's here,
Yeah.
that's holding everything else back.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I feel that that man is what shut off our cameras, drained all our batteries, erased
Yeah.
SD card,
Yeah.
all right, and made a phone call on my minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You had to use my phone?
But I think she said that she thinks like, even Patricia said that she feels that there are spirits here, but this was a good time in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And even though they're on this earth, they loved it here, so they stayed here. Like the shuffleboard, Jay Dunn loved playing shuffleboard, so they tend to stay where they loved hanging out. You know?
Exactly. I feel
so
that.
So they're not like
there's no
demons
malicious,
or anything.
Here malicious.
Yeah.
I just feel that this strong presence does not want to be bothered.
Yeah.
Okay? And when you go into his territory, he's going to let you know that he knows that you're there.
Yeah.
Up in the attic, which I think his main place is, but he was seen down here by a couple of members. They seen him standing out the staircase and stuff like that. The first time we were here, the only thing I got was the SLS camera.
Okay.
And that disappeared also, but it was somebody laying at the bottom of the shuffleboard table. And the first time we were
that
here,
was the SLS. Yes, I remember. That's the
there's-
thing with the stick figure.
Yeah, the stick figure
Yeah, for
thing.
people that don't know, but
Yeah.
the stick figure, that thing is
And
pretty crazy
what happened
too.
was with that, we were told after we seen that figure laying on the floor at the end of the shuffleboard table that Jay Dunn was one of the members, and towards his later in the years, he fell down twice in that one spot.
Yeah.
And then we got a stick figure there.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to the footage on that, and it seemed like even on that, every time I tried to put the camera into that area, disappeared or something.
Yeah.
They did not want to be caught on camera or something. Maybe this is all new to them. I don't know if this place ever been investigated before.
I think they did have, I forget the name of the group, but I'll have to ask again, but yeah, I'll have to ask Pat again, you know.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Pat's not feeling well, she couldn't be here, but I think, was that basically it?
That's basically what I got.
So we feel that definitely there are
And the
things
divining
here.
There is
rods
activity,
crossed.
yes.
Oh, the divining
In
rods,
that
yes,
area.
we also did
Yes.
They
that.
crossed right
In the
there.
shuffleboard room.
You did the rods there,
Yes,
and
that
they
was the
did
rods.
cross in that one spot by the show. And we didn't know about all that stuff that we did get, that little bit that we got. We didn't know about him falling in that area.
Yes, and Angela even picked up the area. Like,
Yeah.
she didn't know about anything, you know, in that room. And she picked up in the corner where he had dropped, you know, and the divining rod, so. But, yes, definitely we feel, you know, the Freehold Elks, 73 East Main Street, does definitely have spirits and activity
I
in
don't
it.
think it's really say haunting. It's activity.
yeah.
Because a haunting's more they're going to try to scare you. I
Yeah.
don't think they're trying to scare you.
But,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But they're going to let you know they're here.
Yes, and
You
the
know?
people here are great. They do have events time to time, like comedy shows. So if you're in the Freehold area, stop in, buy a ticket. They're always looking for donations. You know, they Pat might even start more. They used to have psychic shows here, psychic fairs. So, you know, maybe she'll even start picking that up. But definitely we want to thank the Freehold Elks for calling us, and we want to thank Anthony and your group. We love you guys. You guys are great. We're going to be doing hopefully with Island Paranormal. Right? Is that their name?
Island Paranormal Society.
Yeah, maybe we'll do the Kingsland Manor next.
Yeah, well,
Get another group.
we're going to be doing it with you, and we're going to join the team, Seekers Club of Paranormal and the Island Paranormal. We'll, you know, join
we'll
together.
start setting that up. So Leon, we're headed towards you this spring.
Yeah.
But we want to
That
thank
house is
everybody.
the,
We want to thank everybody. Barbara, thanks, Barb.
Oh, you're welcome.
But thank you everybody from Twilight Passages and from Seekers Club of the Paranormal. And you'll see us again. Bye-bye.